I grew up in Poland, in Eastern Europe, and in Slavic culture, small talk isn't even a thing. So if a stranger talks to you for no reason, you are like, why? In general, in Eastern Europe, directness is normal. Like you go straight to the point. In today's video, guys, I'm gonna show you how to learn small talk without changing your personality. How to know when to talk and when to stop. And what I understood about the culture of English-speaking countries. So hi guys, welcome back to Wanna Speak by Veronique. My name is Veronica. I am from Poland, you already know that. I speak Polish, English, and Spanish fluently. So I learned these two foreign languages almost on my own, and on this channel I show you my strategies how to learn smarter, not harder. At 19 I started traveling. I moved to the UK and I lived there for some months, and when a lady in a grocery store was asking me, "Hey, how are you? You good? You good, sweetheart?" I literally froze, like I didn't know what to say. Is she just nice to me, or does she want something? Then some years ago, I traveled to the US and I was better at small talk already, but it still felt really weird. I was like, yeah, I'm good. How are you? How's it going? But it still didn't feel natural to me. I didn't understand the culture of English-speaking countries. Now it feels natural. So I'm about to show you how I did it and what has been my mindset shift. Let me grab my cell phone and I'm gonna show you how Americans used to sound to me.
Hi.
Hi.
And how are you?
I'm good. And how are you?
Yes.
Some weather we're having, huh?
Oh, it was nice. And the birds.
And animals. I love animals.
Of course, this is a bit of a joke. It's exaggerated and Americans are not exactly like this. But to be honest with you, at the beginning of my English journey, this is how it sounded to me. What I didn't realize that in American culture, if you don't do small talk, you are considered rude. Or maybe not rude, but quiet, shy, not really sociable, maybe not really friendly. Some people can think that you are a very cold person. In my culture, being quiet is considered polite. At first, I thought that learning small talk meant I had to change my personality. I didn't want to be fake because it doesn't come naturally to me, let's say, to be asking, how are you? How's the weather? But there was this moment when I started traveling, when I became a digital nomad, when I started going a lot to English-speaking countries like the US, Canada. I'm traveling to the US soon. I realized I need to learn small talk. I realized small talk is a skill, and then the fear popped up. I don't want to fake small talk. So I was like, okay, I need to learn it, but in a natural way. How do we do that? So at some point I realized I'm not going to copy Americans. First of all, I'm gonna understand why they do it. So I did my research and I would like to show you a quick video. This is from Mel Robbins' podcast.
Small talk is so draining. Everybody hates it. What does your research have to say about small talk and why it matters?
For all of the people who hate small talk, you're right. It sucks. It's shallow, it's meaningless. It feels like there's this alarm bell going off in your mind of like, why can't we get past this? Why can't we get to the real stuff?
So even Americans say that small talk sucks. Of course, there are Americans that love it. There are Americans that hate it. That's totally normal. But listen carefully to what she's gonna say.
But also, you cannot avoid small talk. It's how every conversation starts between strangers, between people who haven't seen each other in a while, even people who've seen each other earlier in the day. It is a well-worn social ritual, and it's important because it's the place where we search for better things.
Okay.
It's the easy.
It's the warm-up.
It's the warm-up. It's where we are. It's the pregame, right? It's the warm-up. And we're searching for ways to get to more meaningful talk.
I love how she put it. It's a warm-up before going deeper, if you want. But if you don't want, you can keep it on the surface, like the conversation, and that's totally fine. It's the same as warming yourself up before speaking a language. Right before recording this video, I felt really tense, like I felt that my English is not Englishing today. You know what I mean? I pronounce English words with my Polish accent. which is not ideal if I want to record videos about English learning, right?
Betty bought a bit of butter. Betty bought a bit of butter. Betty bought a bit of butter.
20 minutes like this, and now I feel it flows. So basically, small talk does the same. This was my big breakthrough. So once I understood that it's cultural, not personal, and that it actually can be useful, I use it in my everyday life with everyone, even with my Polish clients. I don't know if you know, guys, that I also do coaching for women. You can check it out in the description down below. I have my second channel where I talk about relationships with men. So if you are a woman and if you are interested in that, you can dive deep with me on my second channel. Anyways, when I do coaching calls with my Polish clients, I apply small talk and they love it because the intention behind it is right. So I stopped seeing small talk as this fake conversation and I started seeing it as a warm-up. So let me share with you guys my strategies on how I actually learned small talk. Because as you know, it didn't come naturally. I needed to understand why Americans do it or British guys do it. And then how do I actually do it without losing my identity and my personality, without faking anyone. The first step is very practical and technical. One question per situation. Every time I go to a coffee shop, I start with, hey, how's it going? Busy today? Or when I meet a neighbor, I usually say, oh, it's so hot today, don't you think? Or, oh my God, it's so windy today. So I basically talk about the weather. And in Spanish, I also have my set of questions. Right now, I'm in Argentina for the whole month. It's a bit stressful because the accent here in Argentina is totally different than Spanish from Spain. But whenever I see a neighbor, I usually say, qué calor, no? At a grocery store, I usually ask, hey, how's your day going? Or when I go to a gym, I ask, hey, how's your training? Or are you good today? So I have my own set of questions. You need to develop your set of questions, like the questions that feel like you, not like me. But remember this, for each situation, like each daily situation, it's good to have one question already prepared just to avoid a situation like, once I knew the opening phrase, my nervous system kind of relaxed and I was like, okay, let's just start this conversation in a natural way. The second step is emotional intelligence. And it's actually the real skill. It's more important than any phrase you can learn. So you listen to their tone, you feel their energy, read their body language. If they are coming close to you, it means that they want to be engaged in that conversation. But if they kind of pull away, you feel that, okay, maybe another day. This skill is not something tangible. You can't touch it, you can't teach it, you have to feel it. And the good news is that we all can tap into it because we are all human beings. It requires from you to observe, analyze, feel. So this way you don't force the connection, you respond to it. The third step is pretty connected. Intuition overrules. Because I travel a lot, I started noticing this everywhere I go. In some countries, people use small talk as a way to break the ice and connect with each other. And in some other countries, people prefer to be quiet. And now it's usually in America, both North and South, people really like small talk. But in Eastern Europe and in East Asia, people are rather quiet. Right? For example, when you go to Japan or China or South Korea or Taiwan, Hong Kong, people are friendly. I mean, they can be friendly, but they are usually more reserved. They really respect your personal space. And small talk basically doesn't exist there. In Eastern Europe, it's the same. It's the seriousness, directness, we go straight to the point, don't waste my time. And in Spain, France, Italy, small talk is more normalized. For example, my boyfriend is Spanish and he's from the Canary Islands. This is very important because in the Canary Islands, everyone is super welcoming, super open. They are extremely friendly. They always say, mi vida, mi amor, mi corazón. And when we travel to Poland and he goes to a store or a restaurant, he's like, why are they so rude? Like, why people don't interact with each other, like why they don't say hello. Especially, Polish people, when they have to speak English, they get paralyzed with fear. There is this big language barrier. So when they see a foreigner, not all of them, especially like the older generation, they're like, People my age are obviously more open, but in general, you can feel different tendencies and energies when you go to different countries. Fourth step, genuine interest. Do you want to know how I kept my own identity and my personality, even being from Eastern Europe? I was like, I'm just gonna be interested in that person. I'm gonna ask questions that make sense. Who are you really? So yes, I'm looking for some depth there because I'm a person that I really need deep conversations. Like I need them as air. I can't talk about the weather and nails and makeup the whole day, to be honest. I need some depth in that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna build some of that depth. That's why, for example, when I meet a neighbor or in a grocery store or in a cab, I ask questions that show interest. And other people respond wonderfully to that because we all want to be seen and heard. To wrap this video up, guys, things got so much better to me when I understood that in some cultures, silence creates safety. In some other cultures, small talk does, and that's beautiful. So if small talk still doesn't feel really natural to you, it's not your personality, you are not weird, it's just your culture. And small talk is a skill that you can learn. I keep my fingers crossed for you. I'm reading your comments, your thoughts, your opinions, your reflections. You know, guys, that I love to chat with you. If you are not yet subscribed, subscribe to my channel. Take care, guys. You got this.